I think it has a little bit of everything. It's a throwback, but then again, it's modern because you have the young Expendables.
Could take the stairs.
Now you are representing the young guns here.
Can a single $1 million destroy a friendship between two of Hollywood's toughest action legends? Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis were more than just stars of Rocky and Die Hard. They were buddies who built empires together, from blockbuster films to the glitzy Planet Hollywood chain. When they teamed up for the Expendables, fans thought they were unstoppable. But in 2013, a shocking dispute over a $1 million paycheck turned their bond into a public feud. Stallone took to Twitter, calling Willis greedy and lazy, and replaced him with Harrison Ford. The fallout rocked Hollywood, divided fans, and left the Expendables franchise reeling. Now, with Willis battling a devastating illness, Stallone's words carry a heavy weight. What really happened behind the scenes, and where do they stand today? Let's unravel the drama, the rumors, and the untold story of a friendship tested by money, ego, and time. Picture the 1980s, a golden era of action movies where Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis ruled the screen. Stallone was the underdog hero of Rocky 1976, a film he wrote and starred in inspired by a Muhammad Ali fight. It grossed $225 million on a $1 million budget and earned Stallone Oscar nominations for Best Actor and Screenplay. He followed it with Rambo, First Blood, 1982, cementing his status as an action icon. Willis, meanwhile, burst onto the scene with Die Hard, 1988, playing John McClane, the wisecracking cop who took down terrorists. The film made $140 million and redefined action heroes. By the 1990s, both were Hollywood royalty, commanding millions per film. Their paths crossed in 1991 when they, along with Arnold Schwarzenegger, launched Planet Hollywood, a restaurant chain that became a symbol of their larger-than-life personas. The venture was a hit, with locations in New York, London, and Las Vegas, and it deepened their friendship. They were more than colleagues, they were partners in a Hollywood dream. Fast forward to 2010, and Stallone had a bold idea, The Expendables, a movie that would bring together the biggest action stars for a nostalgic, explosive romp. He wrote, directed, and starred as Barney Ross, leader of a mercenary team. Willis signed on as Mr. Church, a mysterious CIA operative who hired the crew. The cast was a who's who of action. Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, and even cameos from Schwarzenegger. Willis's role was small but impactful, his smirking delivery stealing scenes. The film grossed over $270 million worldwide, proving these aging stars still had pull. Fans loved the chemistry between Stallone and Willis, whose real-life friendship shone through. In The Expendables 2, 2012, Willis returned with a bigger role, trading witty banter with Stallone and Schwarzenegger in a church shootout that became iconic. The sequel earned $315 million and a 67% Rotten Tomatoes score, better than the first's 41%. Off-screen, Stallone and Willis were tight, often seen joking at Planet Hollywood events. To fans, they were the ultimate action duo, their bond as strong as their on-screen firepower. But something was simmering beneath the surface, and it was about to erupt in a way no one expected. What could turn these friends into enemies? By 2013, Stallone was gearing up for The Expendables 3, determined to keep the franchise's momentum. The first two films had been gritty, R-rated hits, and Stallone wanted to expand the cast with new stars like Wesley Snipes and Mel Gibson. Willis was set to return as Mr. Church, a key figure tying the team's missions together. Stallone, who was writing and starring, offered Willis $3 million for 4 days of filming in Bulgaria. That's $750,000 a day, a massive paycheck for a supporting role. But Willis wasn't impressed. Reports say he demanded $4 million, arguing his star power justified the extra million. To Stallone, this was more than a negotiation gone wrong. It was a betrayal of the franchise's spirit. The Expendables was his passion project, built on camaraderie and shared sacrifice. Willis's demand felt like a power play, a sign he didn't value the team effort. Stallone, known for his intense loyalty, dug in his heels. He refused to budge, and Willis walked away. The decision wasn't just about money, it was personal. Stallone had poured his heart into The Expendables, even breaking his neck during a stunt in the first film. He expected his cast to share his commitment, especially a friend like Willis. Sources close to the production, cited in outlets like The Hollywood Reporter, said Stallone saw Willis's demand as a lack of respect. Willis, on the other hand, was a veteran star who'd headlined billion-dollar franchises. He reportedly felt his brief role didn't reflect his worth, especially compared to newer cast members. The clash was a mix of egos, principles, and mismatched expectations. Stallone quickly pivoted, casting Harrison Ford as a new character, Max Drummer, to replace Willis. But instead of keeping the split quiet, Stallone did something that shocked the industry. He took the fight to social media. What happened next would turn a private dispute into a public spectacle. On August 6, 2013, Stallone logged onto Twitter and dropped a bombshell. His first tweet read, "Willis out. Harrison Ford in. Great news. Been waiting years for this." Fans were floored. Willis was a cornerstone of the Expendables. And Ford, fresh off Indiana Jones, was a huge get. But Stallone wasn't done. Minutes later, he tweeted, "Greedy and lazy. A sure formula for career failure." Though he didn't name Willis, his team confirmed to Variety that the jab was aimed at his former friend. The internet went wild. On X, fans split into camps. Some cheered Stallone for standing up for his vision, while others blasted him for airing dirty laundry. One X post from 2013 read, "Stallone's got no chill calling out Bruce like that. Respect for keeping it real, but damn." Another user countered, "Willis deserves better. Foray Muller is nothing for a legend. Sly's ego is the problem." The drama deepened when reports revealed Ford was paid $6, $9 million for his role, nearly double Willis's demand. The irony sparked endless speculation. Why would Stallone balk at $1 million for Willis but pay Ford so much more? Some fans on X theorized it was personal. Maybe Stallone wanted a bigger name to boost the film, or maybe he and Willis had other unresolved issues. Industry insiders, quoted in Deadline, suggested Stallone's tweets were a rare misstep for a star known for professionalism. Directors like Kevin Smith, who'd worked with Willis on Cop Out 2010, had called him difficult, saying he was a nightmare on set. Woody Allen, who fired Willis from Cafe Society in 2015, echoed similar complaints. Was Stallone's outburst fueled by similar frustrations? Whatever the reason, his tweets turned a private disagreement into a Hollywood scandal. But what was Willis's side of this messy breakup? Bruce Willis wasn't one to respond publicly to drama, but his silence spoke volumes. In a 2013 interview with Expose magazine, he hinted at his mindset. "Explosions are one of the most boring parts of my job. I'm a bit bored with it." After 5 Die Hard films and countless action roles, Willis was reportedly shifting focus to smaller projects like Looper, 2012, and Moonrise Kingdom, 2012. His role as Mr. Church in the Expendables was fun but limited, often just a few scenes of cryptic dialogue. Some insiders, cited in Entertainment Weekly, said Willis felt underused and saw his $4 million demand as fair for his star power. Others whispered he was disengaged, showing up unprepared or uninterested. Kevin Smith's public complaints about Willis's attitude on Cop Out, calling him checked out, fueled these rumors. Woody Allen's later decision to fire Willis for not knowing his lines added to the narrative of a star losing focus. Then there's the health angle, which has sparked recent speculation. In 2022, Willis's family announced he had aphasia, a condition affecting speech and comprehension. By 2023, it was confirmed as frontotemporal dementia, a progressive illness that forced his retirement. Some fans on X now wonder if early symptoms were present during the Expendables 3 talks, affecting Willis's behavior or negotiations. One 2023 post read, "Was Bruce already struggling with aphasia back then? Makes Sly's tweets look harsh in hindsight." No evidence confirms Willis had symptoms in 2013, but the possibility adds a layer of complexity. Was Willis's demand about ego, or was he battling personal challenges we didn't know about? His departure left a void in the Expendables, and Stallone's public attack seemed to close the door on their friendship. But could they find a way back? The fallout from Stallone's tweets was immediate. The Expendables 3 moved forward without Willis, but the drama overshadowed production. When the film hit theaters in 2014, it grossed just $215 million against a $100 million budget, a disappointment compared to the first 2 films' $270, $315 million hauls. Critics gave it a 31% Rotten Tomatoes score, slamming its PG-13 rating, a shift from the R-rated grit fans loved. Many felt Willis's absence left a hole. Mr. Church's sharp dialogue was missed. Stallone, perhaps feeling the backlash, changed his tune by November 2014. He tweeted, "Made up with Bruce W. A stand-up guy. My mistake." It was a rare public apology from a star known for his toughness. Sources told people the two had spoken privately, patching things up. For a moment, it seemed their friendship was back on track, but life had other plans. In March 2022, Willis's family announced his aphasia diagnosis, shocking the industry. By February 2023, they revealed it was frontotemporal dementia, a condition with no cure. Willis retired from acting, and Stallone was among the first to speak out. In a Hollywood Reporter interview, he said, "Bruce is going through a really, really tough time. It kills me. It's so sad." On Instagram, he posted a throwback photo of them at a Planet Hollywood event, writing, "We go back a long way, praying for the best for you and your wonderful family." The tough guy who'd once called Willis lazy now sounded heartbroken. X posts from fans reflected the shift. One read, "Sly's gotta feel bad for those tweets now. Life's too short for grudges. Others speculated Stallone's apology was more about public image than genuine regret. Either way, Willis's illness put their feud in perspective. Had they truly reconciled, or was time running out? The Stallone-Willis dispute didn't just strain their friendship, it hurt the Expendables. The third film's lackluster performance was a warning sign. Its PG-13 rating, meant to attract younger audiences, alienated fans who loved the franchise's brutal action. The absence of Willis's Mr. Church, replaced by Ford's less charismatic drummer, didn't help. Box office numbers told the story. $215 million worldwide was decent, but far below expectations. By 2023, Expendables was a disaster, grossing just $51 million against a $100 million budget. Stallone took a smaller role, letting Statham lead, but the magic was gone. Critics gave it a 14% Rotten Tomatoes score, calling it a tired retread. On X, fans lamented the franchise's decline. No Bruce, no Arnold, no Hart. Expendables is done. Some point to Willis's exit as a turning point. His character tied the team's missions to a larger purpose, and without him, the story felt disjointed. Others argue the real issue was Stallone's vision clashing with Hollywood's shift to superhero films and streaming. The Expendables was built on nostalgia, but by 2023, audiences wanted something new. Stallone himself admitted in a 2023 interview with Variety, "Maybe we overstayed our welcome." Did Willis's departure set off a chain reaction, or was the franchise doomed by bigger forces? The debate rages on, and fans are still picking apart the clues to understand what went wrong. Today, the Stallone-Willis feud remains a fascination on X and beyond. Fans dig into every detail, from the $1 million dispute to deeper questions about what really broke their bond. Was it just about money, or did egos and creative control play a bigger role? Some posts suggest Stallone felt threatened by Willis's star power, wanting to keep the Expendables his own. Others point to Willis's health, wondering if early dementia symptoms made him harder to work with. A 2024 X post read, "Bruce was probably struggling back in 2013 and Sly didn't know. Makes you rethink the whole feud." Another user argued, Sly's tweets were about control, not cash. He wanted to run the show. Stallone's recent comments add fuel to the speculation. In a 2023 Deadline interview, he said, "I wish I could have talked to Bruce more before things changed." The regret in his voice is clear, but he stayed vague about their current relationship. With Willis stepping back from public life, answers are scarce. Some fans believe their reconciliation was genuine, pointing to Stallone's emotional tributes. Others think it's too late. Willis's illness has shifted the focus to his legacy, not old grudges. X posts keep the buzz alive. Does Sly visit Bruce? Are they still friends? The questions linger, blending Hollywood drama with human tragedy. What's certain is that their story, from Planet Hollywood to Twitter wars, is one fans won't forget. What does the Stallone-Willis saga teach us? It's a story of friendship, pride, and the cost of public spats. Stallone and Willis were titans who built the Expendables on their shared history, only to let a $1 million dispute tear it apart. Stallone's decision to call out Willis on Twitter was a rare glimpse into Hollywood's raw side, but it came at a price. The Expendables franchise faltered, and Willis's health struggles cast a shadow over the feud. Stallone's apology and heartfelt words show a man grappling with regret, especially as Willis faces an uncertain future. Their story reminds us that even action heroes are human, caught in the mess of ego, loyalty, and time. Hollywood is full of feuds, but few hit as hard as this one. The irony of Ford's higher paycheck, the franchise's decline, and Willis's illness make it a tale of what-ifs. Could Stallone have handled it privately? Would Willis have stayed if his health hadn't been a factor? Fans on X keep debating, with one 2024 post summing it up. Sly and Bruce were bigger than money. Wish they'd known it then. Their friendship, once a symbol of action's golden age, now carries a bittersweet weight. As Stallone continues with projects like Tulsa King and Willis retires, their legacy endures, not just in films, but in the lessons of forgiveness and loss. From Planet Hollywood to The Expendables, Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis were an unstoppable duo, until a $1 million dispute changed everything. Stallone's fiery tweets exposed a rift that shocked fans, but his later apology and Willis's health struggles added layers of regret and humanity. The Expendables never recovered, and questions linger. Was it just about money, or something deeper? As Willis battles frontotemporal dementia, Stallone's words carry new weight. Can a friendship survive a public fallout like this? And does Willis's absence still haunt the franchise? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this Hollywood saga alive.